The construction of first artificial rDNA molecule was accomplished in 1972 by two people. First one was Herbert Boyer and other one was Stanley Cohen. Now this recombinant DNA molecule that was constructed by them artificially was a plasmid. You know what a plasmid is? Plasmid is a self-replicating non-chromosomal part of bacteria oftenly found in them. Plasmid with antibiotic abilities. This was the first recombinant DNA molecule, artificial recombinant DNA molecule which was constructed, and a plasmid with antibiotic abilities inside Salmonella typhimurium was constructed. Okay, so you can say that plasmid of Salmonella typhimurium which had antibiotic abilities, that was the first recombinant DNA molecule artificially constructed by these two people in 1972. Now as we are talking about the first artificial molecule, we need to know how it was constructed. What was the mental process that was going on in the mind of these two people. See, these two were American scientists. This person was studying about specific enzymes which are present in bacteria as their immune responses to infections caused by viruses. And what he discovered was a breakthrough discovery: sticky end formation. Sticky ends are formed. Sticky means that they could join to something else. Sticky ends are being formed when certain class of enzymes act in the bacteria on the DNA, or you can say on the nucleic acids. Those enzymes were called endonucleases in his language, and not his language, in our language also. He termed them as endonucleases. It cut the DNA. Those enzymes, they cut the DNA from between and produce sticky ends. He had this information. He came in contact with this person belonging to some another university. He had studied in depth about plasmids. Now plasmids are extra chromosomal circular DNA present inside the bacteria, and they have a characteristic property that they are self-replicating. Now the person who had studied a lot about something which can replicate itself on its own without depending upon the DNA, and the person has discovered that DNA could be cut. They utilized this knowledge to produce the first artificial recombinant DNA molecule, where they used a plasmid which was not having antibiotic capabilities. They cut the antibiotic gene using the sticky ends and introduced that gene into the non-antibiotic property plasmid and joined it. This gave result to a condition where the recombinant DNA was present inside the plasmid, and the plasmid which initially did not have any antibiotic property was now showing antibiotic qualities. So this is a recombinant DNA molecule that is being formed. Why choosing only plasmid? Why not introducing the gene of interest directly into the cell to obtain the recombinant DNA? Do keep in mind, if we put the DNA directly into the cell and aim at obtaining recombinant DNA molecule, it is not possible because the cell would digest that DNA. One has to make sure that it gets incorporated into the genome in such a way that it produces its copies. Now what is it over here? It is the gene of interest. The gene of interest that you pick up, that has to produce its copies inside the given cell. Then only this recombinant DNA molecule would be successful. And we have seen how the first recombinant DNA molecule was constructing using the think tanks, these two ones, their knowledge about the endonucleases and the plasmids, and these two combined and gave us the first recombinant DNA molecule, which was a plasmid with the antibiotic abilities inside Salmonella typhimurium, and this set in the course for construction of many recombinant molecules and altogether revolutionizing the biology in the field of biotechnology and obtaining genetically modified organisms. So, this you have to keep in mind. Remember these two names, what all they have done in their field, and how their knowledge from individual fields was united and gave rise to the recombinant DNA molecule, which was totally artificial in its composition.